sthāpakāya ca dharmasya sarva-dharma-svarūpiṇe avatāra variṣṭhāya rāmakṛṣṇāya te namaḥ. My salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, who descended on this earth to establish the dharma, who is the embodiment of all the religions, and who is the best among the incarnations. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, today we are almost at the frag end of the hymn, Hrim Ritam, which we were discussing. The four paras or the stanzas of the hymn Om Hrim Ritam we tried to understand. It is full of surrender, and it is soaked with devotional flavor or devotional nectar of devotion, we can say, bhakti. And now today, which we are going to discuss, though it is a sort of a fifth verse, it is not a fifth verse actually. This has been joined afterwards, later probably. Because there's a wonderful history about this Pranama mantra, which I chanted at the beginning of this lecture. So I'm using the word mantra, Pranama mantra. Pranama means salutations. Mantra means it is different from the poem. In Sanskrit, it is called like kavya or padya. Any poem, it is composed by a poet. So that they come under kavya. So this is not the or even stotra hymns, which has been composed by saints or the poets. Saintly poets. But this is not even the poem, or it is even not in the hymn. It is a different category. This is called mantra. Mantra means it is a revelatory text. It can be in the form of prose, or it can be in the form of poem. So this sthāpakāya dharmasya, whatever I uttered at the beginning of the lecture, it belongs to the category called mantra, which is the revelatory text. Okay, this revelatory text, for whom it got revealed? It revealed to Swami Vivekananda. When, how, why? There is a very interesting story behind this. Devotee called Navagopal Ghosh and his wife Nistarini Ghose, they were living in Calcutta. Once Navagopal Ghosh met Sri Ramakrishna, that's it. Afterwards, there was no interest or visits for 2 years. After 2 years, for some occasion or reason, again Navagopal Ghosh visited Sri Ramakrishna, and from then onwards, he got attracted towards Sri Ramakrishna. Then he started visiting often to Sri Ramakrishna. Then he took his wife, Nistarini Ghose. Both of them are very devoted mind, spiritual mindset, devoted mindset people. And it is such a beautiful thing is, this Navagopal Ghosh welcomed or invited Sri Ramakrishna to his house. So Sri Ramakrishna, with a group of devotees, they visited his house. And on the special request of Nistarini Ghose, Sri Ramakrishna allowed Nistarini Ghose to feed the food by her own hands to Sri Ramakrishna. Now imagine the beautiful scene, whom we all worship, the great saint, prophet, or incarnation especially, or God incarnate. He is allowing a devotee on her request to be fed directly. So Nistarini Ghose, happiness or bliss had no bounds at all, no boundaries. She was so happy, she was so blissful feeling. Why? Because she was able to feed Sri Ramakrishna by her own hands directly. Sri Ramakrishna accepted her service. That means this couple, how they were so spiritual and how they were pure. Otherwise, for Sri Ramakrishna, it would have been very difficult to touch others. Of course, in some places he has touched, but generally it used to be very difficult for him to touch impure people. If he has allowed Nistarini Ghose to be fed, then you can very well imagine. And once, when Sri Ramakrishna moved to Kashipur, Sri Ramakrishna asked Nistarini Ghose, can you take care of this cat and kitten? Nistarini Ghose said, fine. Why? Because they came and they have taken the shelter at my feet. So it is my duty to protect the cat and kitten. As a result, I am not able to take care here because of so many other reasons. Can you take them? Nistarini Ghose said, yes. But Sri Ramakrishna asked Nistarini Ghose to promise him that she will take care of the cat and kitten properly and without any negligence. You see, the concern of Sri Ramakrishna to the cat and kitten. And the 4 stanzas when we were seeing, it is whole of Sharanagati Padya. It is a hymn on self-surrender. Now the cat and kitten, or the mother cat, took the shelter at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna took the responsibility of protecting the cat and the babies or kitten. Now this is one of the beautiful lessons for all of us. When we take shelter at the feet of the Lord, when we take shelter at the feet of the divine, it is no doubt that God will protect us. God will take care of us. God will, at any difficult circumstances, he will come to our rescue. But we need to have a faith, or we need to have that self-surrender, real self-surrender. Simply, sometimes we say as a lip service, but we don't follow it. So we have to say and we have to follow it. Anyhow. Then after the demise of Sri Ramakrishna, slowly after some time, this Navagopal Ghose, he shifted his residence to the particular area called Ramakrishnapuram in Calcutta. Why he had to shift his residence? There was no other reason to shift. Because in the house, wherever he was living, as I know, there was no problem, no issue. But he shifted his house. Why? I think that particular area was, I'm not able to remember probably. Badur Bagan. Badur Bagan. Well, it is a one extension, one area where he used to live. He shifted his residence from there to Ramakrishnapuram. Why? Because the area name is Ramakrishna. So he was so much attracted towards Ramakrishna. So he wanted to go and stay in that area, which is named after Ramakrishna. Now, when we hear such incidents, we may feel that it is illogical. It is it is out of common sense, or it is too much emotive. But when the devotion increases, when the Vaidhi Bhakti transcends to the Parabhakti level, so it is very difficult to argue in these matters, because the Bhakti can take any different turns. And the same Navagopal Ghose, he was also one of the person who received the blessings of Master Sri Ramakrishna on 1886, January 1st. That is Kalpatara Utsava Day. Sri Ramakrishna blessed him and he gave him a teaching that you take my name and you repeat my name and you will get the realization, or you will have a God realization. See, so this is also one more, assurance as given by Sri Ramakrishna, that if we take his name and if we chant his name with devotion, then God realization, self-realization, moksha or nirvana or kaivalya is bound to happen. Anyhow, so he shifted his house to Ramakrishnapuram. Swamiji had just returned from the West in 1897. February 6th, on full moon day in 1898, he welcomed or he invited Swami Vivekananda and other monks to install the image of Sri Ramakrishna in his new house. So from Alambazar monastery, Swami Vivekananda, like Swami Brahmanandaji and few other monastic disciples, brother monks and few other monks, so all of them, they went in the boat and they got down near the Ramakrishnapuram, and with the bare foot, Swamiji and others singing different songs, they moved towards Ramakrishnapuram, where Navagopal Ghosh also was there. Many people were standing in queue. Why? Because just to have the glimpse or to have the darshan, to see Swami Vivekananda, who is a well-known figure now in a present-day language, if you want me to say, as a celebrity. Now they all went, and Swamiji sat, and his disciple, Sushil Maharaj, that is Swami Prakashanandji, also there, he assisted worship. He assisted for worship. And the beauty is, there was a porcelain, two-dimensional porcelain image was done, or Swami Vivekananda got it done in Berlin. Interestingly, in Berlin, Swami Vivekananda got 3 porcelain images of Sri Ramakrishna, and he had taken to India. Among them, the porcelain image, two-dimensional porcelain image, was given to this Navagopal Ghosh to install in his house, in his home shrine. And the second was in Belur Math, The third was given to the Dhaka in present Bangladesh, where Ramakrishna Math, there the third porcelain image was sent. So the first porcelain image which Swami Vivekananda bought of Sri Ramakrishna was installed in the Navagopal Ghosh house. And probably after the puja and meditation, Swami Prakashanandji, of course, there are 2-3 variants. So according to the one story that Swami Vivekananda, when he was in meditation, he just he uttered this mantra, sthāpakāya cha dharmasya sarva-dharma-svarūpiṇe avatāra variṣṭhāya rāmakṛṣṇāya te namaḥ. That's the one story. The other variation is Swami Prakashanandji asked Swami Vivekananda that what should we use the mantra or the prayer to offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna. Pranama mantra. What is the prayer through which we can offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna? When Prakashanji asked, so instantaneously Swami Vivekananda uttered this Pranama mantra. That's what the story. Anyhow. And this house was often visited by Holy Mother. I think few times Holy Mother visited, and Swamiji sang few songs on piano. Even today we have got. And Swamiji, after I think composing Kandana, he sang with a harmonium, and he played a harmonium, and that harmonium is also in the house of Navagopal Ghosh house. And the function day, after all the worship, when he went and see the real devotees, how they will be humble. Navagopal Ghosh and Nistarini Ghose, they said to Swami Vivekananda, we are ordinary people, most ordinary people, and we don't have much devotion or whatever, and we don't know whether Master accepts our worship or not. Please bless us so that he may accept our worship. Swami Vivekananda, out of love and just in a joking mood, he said, look, because that was a beautiful marble tiled hall in the first floor. Swami Vivekananda said, look, your master or your old man lived all the while in the thatched hut. Because in the Kamarpukur, his birthplace, if you see, they were all poor people. Sri Ramakrishna and his family, they lived in the thatched hut. So all the way he lived in thatched hut. Now today he has got the white marbled floor. Where else he can get the best other than this best floor? So definitely he will stay. But on the lighter note, he said, everyone laughed at it. And Swami Vivekananda was so beautifully taken care, and his all likings, palav and other things was fed by Nistarini Ghose. And as a token of love, gratitude, Swamiji, he was wearing the peta, the turban, which he had even wore in the Chicago's Parliament of Religions and all. That peta, as a present, he gave to the Nistarini Ghose. And Swamiji used to address this Nistarini Ghose as a sister-in-law, Baudi it seems. Very interesting. And if you see, Nistarini Ghose and Navagopal Ghose, second son, I believe, second son, later he joined Ramakrishna Mutt and he became Swami Ambikananda. He was known for his great spiritual life, and he was a disciple of Swami Brahmanandaji, and he had a wonderful, voice. And when he sings, people used to get mesmerized. And this Ambikanandaji, when he was small, like 2 or 3 years baby probably, I think. So Sri Ramakrishna blessed when Navagopal Ghosh and Nistarini Ghose, when they took, I'm not exactly sure about the age, when as a child, when it was baby, when the Ambikanandaji was taken to Sri Ramakrishna blessed the baby by touching his hands on the head of the child. And Sri Ramakrishna said, it seems, you reserve for me. This is mine. In due course of time, I will accept him. So when later, he joined the Ramakrishna Mutt and he became a monk. If you see, the whole family is a devoted family and it is a blessed family. Father, mother, husband, wife, and son, or whatever. So in that house, this Pranama mantra has been, revealed by Swami Vivekananda to the entire humanity. Who is Sri Ramakrishna, if you ask? Thousands of pages one can write now. Lot of lectures can be given. So many books and biographies and discussions and teachings on teachings and all have come. But everything has been beautifully, as a embedded in a formula form, has been given by Swami Vivekananda in these 2 lines. So this Pranama mantra, salutation hymn, has got 4 parts. One is Rāmakṛṣṇāya te namaḥ. My salutations to you. Why? Because sthāpakāya cha dharmasya. You descended on this earth to establish the dharma. Now, what is the English explanation for the dharma? It is a religion. But I fear that it cannot be really real translation. Why? Because the word religion in the Western world has got different connotation and denotation, a different shade of meaning. But when from Vedanta point of view, from Hinduism point of view, from Indian perspective, dharma, which is translated as in English as religion, it has got different perspective totally. Anyway, let us see. Then the second part is sarva-dharma-svarūpiṇe. You are the quaint essence or the embodiment of all the religions, all dharmas. Then avatāra variṣṭhāya. You are one of the best among the incarnations. So these are the 3 reasons has been given by Swami Vivekananda. Now, sthāpakāya cha dharmasya. You descended on this earth to establish the dharma. But though there is no other probably better word, so accepting the limitation of the language, we shall accept that the English translation for the dharma, Sanskrit word dharma, is what religion. When we word religion, when we say immediately, it means, oh, we have to subscribe to particular church or particular place of worship or particular religion or particular sect or particular faith, particular belief, and it consists of something do's and don'ts. All these ideas, we may get it. Now, when we use dharma religion, it doesn't, none of these ideas will fall under this called dharma. It is one part or one phase of the dharma, we can say at the most. So, but in the West, more or less, we understand the religion in this. That's the reason in this present day, there is an anti-religious movement very strongly. Now, when I make this comment, definitely many of you will understand or will question me that then what do you mean by dharma, religion, Swamiji? Yes. For us, dharma or religion means it is the path and it is the goal. It is the means and it is the goal. In one word, if you want, as Swami Vivekananda beautifully puts, religion is realization. Religion is realization. Realization of oneself, you can say. Self-realization. Religion is what? Realization of God, experiencing the God, or experiencing the divine. I am divine, you are divine, everything is divine. Experience, that greatest experience, that is what religion according to here. So here, that means Sri Ramakrishna descended on this earth and he proved that one can experience God. Now, very well we can imagine, or very well we can remember now, Swami Vivekananda narrates the first meeting with Sri Ramakrishna in Dakshineshwar, of course. When Naren, as a young chap who was pursuing his graduation, who had read a lot of philosophies, and he had a big doubt about the existence of God. And when he went and asked Sri Ramakrishna directly, straightforward, "Sir, have you seen God?" Sri Ramakrishna said, "Yes, I have seen God, but only difference is I have seen the God more clearer than I am seeing you." Not only that, the first point. Second point is, if you want, I can also help you to see the God, experience the God. Beautiful. The third is, but how many people really want God? They shed loads of tears, tons of tears for the materialistic prosperity, but not for the sake of the experiencing of the God. So here, if you see very clearly, so Sri Ramakrishna is ready to help the people to experience the God. So here dharma means what? It is self-realization or God realization. And of course, there are other different shades of meaning. Like for an example, in Sanskrit, when you say, it is his dharma, so he has to do. Means there it is from duty's point of view. Now, doctor has got his own duty, which we say professional duty or professional ethics. That is also called dharma. Now, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, they are also called dharma. And morality and ethics are also called dharma. And every approach towards the experience of the reality, every path is also called dharma. So like there are different shades of meaning. Here dharma means what? It is God realization or self-realization, or it is the ultimate goal. Now, how did he establish the dharma? Sthāpakāya cha. He established the dharma. He established the religion. How? By starting an organization called Ramakrishna Math or Ramakrishna Mission by this? Not exactly. Then by giving sermons, by giving lectures like me? No, you are not that. How? By his conduct, by spiritual practice. He himself practiced spiritual practice, whatever he preached. Before that, he practiced and he experienced. Then what, if at all, if he had spoken something, then it is based on his experience. So the first and foremost is he practiced the spirituality. When Naren asked, "Can we see God? Or have you seen God?" He said, "Yes." Not mere it is conviction, it is based on experience. So establishing the religion can be done from 3-4 angles, 3-4 ways. One is by his internal enormous divine power. I've got a lot of spiritual power. From that, one can establish religion. How? Because by the presence, the mere presence, people get attracted, people get transformed, their mind or their nature, their character gets transformed. The second is through the proper teachings, proper directions and instructions, giving that. The second is that. The third is giving the essence of the scriptures or the essence of the truth in a right way onto the present context. Sometimes, change 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years over, the mindset of the people and thinking, because of so many reasons, culture and technology and lifestyle change, so many changes, our understanding and our apprehension and comprehension of the religion can change. Holding the ancient truths, the same ancient truths has to be told in the present day language, which is compatible. So that will be done by the saints and by the prophets and by the especially incarnation and prophets. So they renew the path, they may renew the existing paths, or they may show the new path based on the age-old ancient truths. So that is what we have to understand. And more than that, by their own practices, they establish the dharma. And now if you see, when Sri Ramakrishna descended on this earth in 1836, what was the world scenario in India as well as in the world? In India, for 10 centuries, we were colonized. Like Ireland was also colonized from Britishers, and we were also colonized from Britishers. Not only that, from French, from Dutch or Portuguese, before that Mughals. So for 10 centuries, we were colonized. So we were looted, we were plundered and whatnot. And there was an attack on our religion, on our culture, on our properties, on our, resources, all these. So common people were suffering and struggling for existence. And not only that, because there were a lot of wrong ideas was pumped into the country about one's own religion, faith, culture, practices, beliefs. So many people started doubting about their own religion, their own culture, their own beliefs, more importantly, their own forefathers' wisdom. So at this critical juncture, at this challenging circumstances, Sri Ramakrishna descended, or Sri Ramakrishna was born in India, and he showed that the Vedas, Upanishads, or Puranas, whatever they tell, they're all true. It can be experienceable, it can be verifiable, or it is verified through my spiritual practices I have performed or I have conducted. So he gave the confidence back to the Indian subcontinent for the people about the Vedas and about the Upanishads and about the Puranas. Hindu wisdom, we can say, in a snapshot, in a condensed form. And in the world scenario, so especially in the western part of the world, Europe and especially Europe, America and other places, because of the industrial revolution, a lot of changes happened. A lot of improvements happened in the lifestyle, in the money, and in the perception. So many of the people started thinking, oh, because of science and technology, I can do anything and everything. I can control the whole nature. I can manipulate. I can send rockets or satellites to the different planets even. So I can do much more. So I don't need God because I can do anything and everything. So whatever the progress happened because of science and technology in the society, because of the industrial revolution, humankind started thinking, if not all, a bigger portion of the society started thinking that we don't need God, we don't need religion or whatever. So as a result, what happened? 2 world wars happened. That's what some of the people, they assume. And some of them, they say, oh, because of the religions, only the world war happens, whatever it may be. So Sri Ramakrishna came and he showed through his life that it is not mere belief, it is not mere faith, it is not mere just someone's arguments. They are true and they can be experimented, they can be verified through one's own spiritual practice. So he assured the faith, he assured the shraddha in the mankind regarding the existence of the God or existence of the divine, existence of the supreme power. Through this, through his sadhana, he showed that one can experience the God. So by which he has established the dharma. And beautifully, Swami Vivekananda describes Sri Ramakrishna. Who is Sri Ramakrishna? Sri Ramakrishna is nothing but who has made his life as spiritual laboratory. It's an important, beautiful word, spiritual laboratory. We have heard physical laboratory. We have heard maths laboratory. We have heard science laboratory, language laboratory even these days. But spiritual laboratory, we have not heard. So Swami Vivekananda defines, explains, describes Sri Ramakrishna as spiritual laboratory. What a beautiful. And he tells elsewhere, quote, without studying Sri Ramakrishna, one can never understand the real import of the Vedas, the age-old wisdom, and the Vedanta, the Bhagavata, and other Puranas. His life is a searchlight of infinite power throw upon the wholeness of Indian religious thought. He was the living commentary to the Vedas and to their aim. He had lived in one life the whole cycle of the national religion's existence in India, which runs for 5,000 years or more. So whatever 5,000 or 10,000 years, whatever the accumulated wisdom from the Indian subcontinent, whatever we have got, everything was shown by Sri Ramakrishna just in his 50 years, of his life. That's what Swami Vivekananda meant. A beautiful statement, or how Swami Vivekananda is condensed who is Sri Ramakrishna and what is achievement in this simple saying. And he also says, whatever the Vedas, the Vedanta, and all the other incarnations, past incarnations have done earlier, Sri Ramakrishna lived to practice. Sri Ramakrishna lived and practiced in a single life. Some saints have done, in Tantra, there are 64 types of sadhanas. So every saint has done one or two at the most, probably some of them. So 64 Tantra has been done. Then Shaiva, whatever is there, and Shakta system is there, and Islam, Christianity also, Swamiji, Sri Ramakrishna practiced. And not only that, whatever the other past incarnations they referred or they stood or they taught, all things were inclusive and he further went. That's what we can see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, but through his practice and teachings according to Swami Vivekananda. So this is what we can say very clearly, how Sri Ramakrishna established the dharma, sthāpakāya cha dharmasya. And I think one way, one of the senior monk or Swamiji or senior monk has made a beautiful, very mystical statement. Sri Ramakrishna, after practicing intense spiritual practices, he has poured all that spiritual power and he has invoked the Brahma Kundalini. Means the world's spiritual power. He has awakened the spiritual nerve of the world of India. So that many people will be following spirituality, many people will come to spirituality or spiritual path or whatever. Probably that's what I understand. See, this is a very mystical statement. Probably we may not be able to understand. But it is a very mystical statement. Sri Ramakrishna has awakened the Brahma Kundalini. The spiritual current, the spiritual nerve has been awakened by Sri Ramakrishna through his sadhana, through his spiritual power. So, sthāpakāya cha dharmasya, one can understand here. Then, sarva-dharma-svarūpiṇe. Sarva-dharma-svarūpiṇe is the embodiment of all the world religions. How? Because he practiced all the world major religions and he showed that jatomat tatopat. As many faiths, so many paths. When you see in Semitic religions, they say one God, one scripture, one religion. They are alone true. And others are false, which is exclusivism, which is not good. Because of that, a lot of wars have happened and are happening. Whereas the Vedanta says that, and the Vedas have said that, sarvam kalvidam brahma and ekam satvipra bahudha vadanti. Everything is divine, no doubt. And more than that, the final truth is one, but the known people or the wise people have called by different names. So Vasudhaiva Kutukam, universal acceptance, has been seen very clearly in Indian ethos or philosophy and in the Vedanta. So we accept all religions are true. But again, if people are cheating in the name of religion, so is it also part of it? No, we don't accept it. We have to be careful in that. So sarva-dharma-svarūpiṇe is the embodiment of all world religions. How? Because he practiced and he showed to the world that all through this one can reach the divine, one can reach the ultimate goal. Self-realization, you say, God realization, you say, self-actualization, you say, or emancipation, you say, or free from birth and cycle of birth and death, one can say, moksha, mukti, nirvana, whatever you can say. Yes. Then avatāra variṣṭha. This is a very important ideal. So probably 1 or 2 points only I will try to discuss here. How? Avatāra variṣṭha. There are many ways can be explained. The one way or probably one argument I would like to put in front of you, one analysis is, now we have got different frequencies. Alpha race has got a particular frequency, gamma race has got particular frequency and wavelength, then X race has got particular frequency and wavelength. Similarly, Rama has got particular frequency and wavelength. Krishna has got particular frequency and wavelength. Bhava or mood, we can say. I'm oversimplifying it, no doubt. And whereas now Sri Ramakrishna has got the frequency where he encompasses all these frequencies. Now, how can you say, oh, because you are the follower of Sri Ramakrishna, so you are saying that, isn't it? No, because there are n number of incidents or people's experience. I think, for example, Swami Abhedananji had a vision or had a spiritual experience where Rama was merging in Sri Ramakrishna's body. Krishna was merging in Sri Ramakrishna's body. Durga or Kali was merging in Sri Ramakrishna's body. So like this, different deities were merging in Sri Ramakrishna's body. What does it mean? It symbolizes, it represents that Sri Ramakrishna is avatāra variṣṭhā. He represents all these bhavas or moods. Like some people have seen Christ in Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Vivekananda himself saw Radha in Sri Ramakrishna. And Mathurnath Vishwas, very famous story that Mathurnath Vishwas, the devotee and the temple owner of the Dakshineshwar temple complex, he saw in Sri Ramakrishna, one side when Sri Ramakrishna was walking, one side when once he saw Shiva, and other time he saw Durga. And Sri Ramakrishna himself has said, who was born as Rama, who was born as Krishna, now he is born as Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna himself has proclaimed. So these are the few utterances by which we can understand that how Sri Ramakrishna is avatāra variṣṭhā. And elsewhere Sri Ramakrishna himself says, I have found that it is the same God towards whom all men are traveling, only they are coming through diverse ways. So now you see harmony of religions, harmony of yogas, harmony of paths, we all speak. So by Sri Ramakrishna, we can know very clearly. And I think I was telling of Brahma Kundalini. Yeah, I got a reference now. Swamiji has said, in this age, the Brahma Kundalini, the mother who is responsible for the creation, preservation, and the destruction of the universe, has been awakened by the fervent prayers of Sri Ramakrishna. So very clearly we can understand what Sri Ramakrishna has done through these such utterances. So probably we'll not be able to understand so simple way. So we have to probably depend on him or on the mystics, on the saints. And Swami Vivekananda himself gives a beautiful explanation how Sri Ramakrishna is avatāra variṣṭhā, who is best among the incarnations. He was the concentrated embodiment of how many previous avatars, incarnations. Even spending the whole life in religious austerity, we could not understand it. Therefore, one has to speak about him with caution and restraint. As are one's capacity, so he fills one with spiritual ideas. One spray from the full ocean of his spirituality, if realized, will make gods of men. Such a synthesis of universal ideas you will not find in the history of the world again. Understand from this who was born in the person of Sri Ramakrishna. So this is very clearly by this one can understand how Sri Ramakrishna was an avatar. And one more, what do you say, important is Sri Ramakrishna established the Rishi ideal. Who is Rishi? Spiritual scientist. So Rishis, if you see in the olden days, Rishis were not, all of them were monks. It was not that everyone was bachelor. Some are bachelors, some are monks, most of them were householders. And some are forest dwellers like vanaprasthas. So they led the simple life with a high thinking, high spiritual life, high God-centered life, high divine-centered life they led, taking care of the family responsibilities, staying in the family, staying in the world. They led the God-centered life, highest God-centered life, or God-centered life. So that again was being depicted or shown once again by Sri Ramakrishna. Living in the world, living in the midst of the family, how one can have the highest spiritual life, highest God-centered life one can live. So this has been shown by Sri Ramakrishna, what do you say, the Rishi ideal, I mean to say. And this avatara means it is what? It is a divine energy actually who has descended, avatāra, who has descended on this earth. Why? To establish the dharma or to show the path, right path for the people. And even if you see in the old days in India itself, spirituality was not easily accessible. Not only that, the scriptures and etc. were not easily accessible. Only with few people who know Sanskrit only. But nowadays it has been translated into vernacular languages, and spirituality and all the scriptures are easily accessible nowadays for the common public, for the common folk. All these things has been started after the advent of Sri Ramakrishna, even if you say, I don't think it is over-exaggeration. So it is not that easy to understand the life of such people. It needs time. It needs one's own spiritual practice. It needs mental purification. Then only one can understand the significance and the greatness of Sri Ramakrishna, because they are so subtle and so sublime. May Sri Ramakrishna bless all of us so that we shall understand him and we shall take surrender at the feet of the at his lotus feet, and so that we can experience the divine and we can progress in our spiritual life. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishnapuram. And dear devotees, so this ends this Om Hrim Ritam, the hymn. So if you remember, quite from few months, we discussed four songs, 4 hymns, which we sing daily in all the devotees' house or in our Ramakrishna Mutt or monasteries, which is Kandhana Bhavandana, Om Hrim Ritam, Sarva Mangala. These 3 are very common. In some ashramas, they sing the 4th hymn also, Prakritim Paramam. 2 are on Holy Mother, one is on Mother Goddesses Durga, one is on Holy Mother, the other 2 on Sri Ramakrishna. So this concludes the 4 hymns, which is the part of our Aratrikam. And I was thinking whether to, probably discuss few more hymns or maybe take any other devotional text. So I am also thinking, so if the devotees have got any ideas or particularly you would like me to take some particular text, kindly let me know. Based on the requests, whatever the devotees get, and based on my thinking, I will probably take some devotional text. Maybe Narada Bhakti Sutra is over. One more devotional text I will be taking in like Shandilya Bhakti Sutra. I'm thinking to take Shandilya Bhakti Sutra. If not, if any other interest or request is there from devotees, let me know. And coming Saturday and Sunday, there will be no class because Saturday I'll be traveling to Cork. In University of Cork, I have got a lecture or a meditation workshop. And Sunday again, Swami Vivekananda's birthday we are celebrating in the Cork. And then I'll be, coming back only before Vesper service or evening. As a result, I will not be able to take classes on this Saturday and Sunday. We'll meet next week, Thursday. Om